Hey guys, welcome to myabaton.com, where today we'll be addressing our neck PMS. I'm Dr. Abaton, and this is Mr. Abaton, a shadow of your future self. Today we're here to talk about one exercise to rule them all, where we're continuing our series, which you can look up all the many one exercise to rule them all videos that we've done. Today we're going to be talking about one exercise for the neck and how the neck is so important and when we have neck pain, it's so debilitating. And so we want to talk about one exercise you can do at work, you can do at home, you can do wherever you're at, in bed. This one's so easy and so awesome, but it's going to help a lot with neck pain and just general neck health if you're trying to have neck prevention type of exercises. So the neck, we have these 7 cervical vertebrae and they glide over each other, and oftentimes the neck gets problems because we sit at our desk or we look at our phones and we get this forward head position and you get this excessive curve in the C-spine. And so you get this curve when you just head forward and all this weight, the head, 8 to 10 pounds depending on how heavy your noggin is. We've got all this weight out here and this poor little neck is trying to hold up. So a lot of your pain comes from the muscles going into spasms, and then you get this excessive pressure on your cervical discs, and it just causes a lot of problems. So one of the things we're going to do is get that head back where it belongs and get you doing a few exercises for good mobility, as well as releasing pressure off these poor neck muscles, especially the upper trap, the SCM, those kind of muscles that are really overloaded and overworked and causing a lot of your pain. I'll show you how to do this in seated, standing, and then laying down, how to add a strengthening component to it. So what we're going to do is we're going to just do what's called a retraction or a head drawback. And in this position, and most of us have a little bit of a head forward position. We'll get Mr. Abaton there. Get your head forward a little bit. There you go. So all we're going to do is, in this position, you're going to look straight forward, and then you're going to draw your head straight back. You're going to pull it straight back, and what you want to think of is doing what we call the funky chicken, or trying to give yourself a double chin. So if you're trying to squish your chin so you have those layers underneath your chin, some of us more than others, but you want to draw that back and do a little bit of a double chinner. And when you do that, you want to make sure you don't look up. A lot of people, when I do this with them, they tend to want to look up and rotate up. That's not what we're after. Our eyes should be straight ahead and just drawing that straight back. And that's just going to glide those joints so nicely, those cervical spine, just over each other. And as you glide a joint, we know motion is lotion, and that will just loosen up those joints. Now, at first, if you start this, you come back halfway and it's like, ouch, pain, zing, then you need to stop at that point and then just gently work into that. So you just do little motions, go forward, and you just come back as much as you can, and you just don't push through pain. There's no point at this conjecture. You take it to the edge of pain and then out, and eventually you'll be able to work through that as you loosen up the joints. Okay, now you can do a little bit of a pull back with a little bit of a rotation. So you can pull back, rotate a little bit, and so you can get that extra rotational movement. But that's more of down the road when your neck feels good. So you pull back, little rotation, and you can do that rotation component to help loosen up the joints even further. But let's look at how we can do this as not only a mobility, but also as a strength. So let's look at this laying down. We're going to do this face down, and then we'll do it on our back. And so you can kind of choose what works best for you. When we're in this position, and you can actually go on your elbows.
Oh, okay.
There you go. So you're just going to look down towards the ground, and this is the same thing. Now we have gravity, which is going to add a strength piece. Now there's a lot of muscles in here that develop a lot of control. Now again, with same thing with this, you don't want to rotate your head back, but rather you want to tuck your chin just a little bit. You're just getting a little bit of a tuck, and then you're pulling your head straight back. And you're going to feel that as you pull back, you'll feel those muscles working. You're working by tucking that chin. It kind of shuts off the ability of the big muscles to work as much and more focuses on those little muscles that help with posture and all-day type of work, more of your endurance muscles. And so by pulling that back, you get that motion. Now you're adding a strength piece against gravity. Okay, now we can also do this laying on our back. Same thing, you're going to tuck your chin just slightly, and then you can push down into the pillow. Now this will be a little less work than pushing against gravity, but you have a slight resistance in your pillow, and then you can just push down gently into that. Again, making sure your chin stays slightly tucked. You're getting the motion. It's not quite as much motion as if you're doing this seated, but you're still going to get motion, and you're going to push back into that and get the muscles working. This oftentimes, if you're having neck pain, will feel good having that pressure to push against. So you can also do that rotation piece where you push back and slightly rotate while pushing back. Come up, push back, rotate. Push back, rotate. So that way, if you're having problems with your neck catching as you look one way or the other, you get those vertebrae sliding on each other, then add that rotation piece. It's fantastic. Get a little bit of strength, a little bit of motion. Thanks for watching today, guys. I hope this has been super helpful for you, especially if you've had whiplash, neck injury, neck pain, seated neck pain, any kind of neck pain that causes neck pain. Oh no! Like and subscribe and let us know how this has benefited you, or if you know of any other good neck exercises, although this is the one exercise to rule them all, so I doubt there's any better. So we'll see you at the next exercise.